Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is sponsored by the Bookham Carpet Company. It is a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Now making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the blue corner, he is an independent fighter. Please put your hands together for Josh Dennis. Now making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, representing Nova Forza. Please put your hands together for Grzegorz Jankowski.
You said you'd be there for me in times of trouble when I need you and I'm down. And like a wise, you need friendship. It's from my side, but probably love and silence. It was another way you threw stones. Can't you see that I'm a human and I'm breathing, but you don't give a damn. And you won't die, but you get a feeling heartless. Was another way. Now the world is asleep. How can you ever wake her up when she's deep in a dream? Wishing yes so many.
This fight is sponsored by the Bookham Carpet Company. This is a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds.
So lightweight pro fight over 3 5-minute rounds. Josh Dennis, an independent fighter, against Grzegorz Jankowski from Nova Forza. And Josh, I know you rate Grzegorz.
Yeah, very, very tough fighter, puts everything together very well, standing and on the ground. I think it's going to be an uphill struggle for Josh Dennis here.
Yes, so Josh, a tentative jab and then a left round kick, but he is trying to take it to Grzegorz, but 3 very fast knees.
Yeah, just not quite managing to connect all the way up to the head, but it's a strong tie clinch here.
Yes, he's got the plum clinch in, looking to push those knees in. Dennis trying to respond. There you see Grzegorz making the space. It was because he made the space for the knee there.
Huge
and there's a big cut
opened up. Well, he's worked his way to a mount position. He's going to take a couple of moments just to steady himself here, but I think there's going to be some brutal ground and pound coming the way of Josh Dennis.
Well, it was the knee that set this up, and as I said, once he got the clinch, he just gave himself that little bit of space to drive the knee in, and it's a tap out already. Too much damage. Grzegorz looks at him almost disdainfully. Those knees were devastating.
They certainly were, and then once the submission opportunity came, he was tapping before Jankowski had even dismounted and tried to tighten the choke. Just overwhelmed there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner at 53 seconds of your very first round. Winning by way of side choke out of the red corner, Grzegorz Jankowski. And a big round of applause for his opponent tonight, Josh Dennis.
My name is Alexandre Isidro. I'm from Brazil. I'm fighting from Icon Jiu-Jitsu team. I'm gonna fight against Jordan Miller.
My name's Jordan Miller. I'm representing Jordan Miller MMA and Primitive Gym in Poole. I've got a background, bit of an all-rounder, fighting Alexandre Isidro, I think. I know he's a BJJ guy, so obviously I'm going to try and keep this fight on the feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. It's a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. Now, making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Jordan Miller MMA and Primitive Jim and Paul. Please put your hands together for Jordan Miller. His opponent this evening, making his way to the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, representing Zay Marcello. Please put your hands together for Alexander Isidro. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is sponsored by Fighters Only Magazine, the world's greatest mixed martial arts magazine, and Fairtex. Fairtex gear is always engineered for top performance. Be inspired. Once again, this is a lightweight pro mixed martial arts bout to be contested over 3 5-minute rounds. And in the blue corner, representing Jordan Miller MMA and Primitive Jim, out of Paul, please put your hands together for Jordan Miller. His opponent this evening, representing Icon Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Alexander Isidro.
So a top lightweight bout here, over 3 5-minute rounds. Jordan Miller, JMMMA versus Alexander Isidro, Zay Marcello. And this, I tell you, Josh, this is a good quality fight to end the night tonight. So here we go, round 1 of potential 3.
Isidro wasting absolutely no time, showing his intention to take this fight to the floor. Huge single leg pickup.
And the thing with that is he didn't even try to disguise it, did he? Miller was throwing punches and he still just walked in there.
Yeah, he walked straight through those, got the grip and really elevated his man thoroughly. Double unders pass he's looking for now. Just going to do a lot of forward pressure. We can see that right hand going to the neck. He's just going to keep driving forward and walk his way around the legs. Very nicely shucking the hip there.
Oh, and he's already almost got the back very quickly, Josh.
This is an uphill struggle for Miller at this point. Isidro's got both hooks in. He's just going to hand fight, soften up, short choke he's looking for here. But good work by Miller to turn around into guard.
Well, I've seen him fight since he was a teenager, and Miller, despite his youth, is very experienced.
Isidro's going to look for an arm here. Miller's got to try and get those elbows back, doing a good job now of nullifying as that high guard of Isidro was up there. His arms were really in a lot of danger.
Yes, but as I was saying, Josh, when you did spot that, is despite being a young man, he's fought for a long time, Miller, and at good quality, so he is experienced.
Good solid overhook from Isidro on the left side. He's going to look to to push that right arm out of the way, perhaps work for a triangle on that side.
Well, Marc Goddard's warned them twice now that he wants to see more than this, and he is going to stand them straight back up. But what surprised me was the way Isidro was willing to walk through the shots of Jordan Miller rather than try to set him up or disguise his shoot.
Yeah, he did eat a couple on the way in that made him think for a second, but let's see if he does the same again immediately to the ground.
Well, Miller looking to lead with that left to give him room and then try and bring that right hand over, which is what he landed with last time. And he misses with it. Isidro was waiting for it. Happy to stay upright at the moment, but I don't think he'll be the same level of boxing as Miller.
No, Miller's throwing out some good kicks, some good strikes. They are single punches at the moment, though. Anytime he gets too drawn into an exchange, he closes the range enough to allow Isidro to clinch.
Yes, I wonder Miller's tactics here, because obviously he'll prefer to stay upright compared to Isidro, but I'm looking at the range. He's still this is where he's got to be careful.
Oh, Isidro with some gymnastics. Oh, lovely elevator sweep, but not quite pulling it off. And Isidro's failed with his own takedown attempt, ending up on the bottom here.
Well, the thing you said there, which was telling, was the gymnastic leaps. They were gymnastic, but there was no power to those knees. They weren't effective.
Yeah, they certainly didn't really come close to landing. Let's see if he can do something with the closed guard here. Going to be impeded a little bit by his head on the cage.
And again, Marc Goddard looking carefully, because there hasn't been as much work as we would possibly expect on the ground. Have you been frustrated or disappointed by that, Josh?
No, not yet. It's early on in the fight. We can see Isidro's now looking to get all the way out for an arm. Walk the cage very nicely. And manages to turn it into a hip bump sweep to take a good solid mount. You can see he immediately tucks the feet underneath, just riding to the back. It's good positional control from Isidro.
There was an attempt there by Miller to get out the back door, wasn't it? But he didn't quite make it there, and he's in trouble again.
No, but he's doing a good job of shaking Isidro off. Isidro's going to try and take an arm on the way down. Just a bit loose. He's not having it all his own way here. Miller's doing a good job of seeing these coming, making use of the fact that it is a bit slippery and there aren't any grips.
Yes.
He's surviving very well so far.
And a good downward shot there, as you said, with the left hand that caused Isidro trouble. But as I did say to you, he is experienced, he has been around the block, and he is making a fight of this. And a good right hand, and then the forearm.
Yeah, you can't just afford to sit in guard and let your opponent rain down some ground and pound. If you're on the bottom, you've really got to be working, scrambling, trying to create that space, trying to create those angles, get a sweep, get a submission attempt. You've got to be working, because you do not want to be on the bottom in pro mixed martial arts.
What about looking at winning the round? Because Isidro has made these submission attempts, but Miller has not only thwarted them, he's had a bit of ground and pound success. How do you see this as this round ends?
It's going to be a tough one for the judges to call here. I mean, I could actually see an argument for a 10-10, because there was no significant damage landed by either party. Probably, however, on the ground there were longer periods of control for Isidro, so you know, I could see it possibly pushing that way.